Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 1541. My StreamYard is spinning. It's really annoying me, so I'm going to try not to look up at it. I should have just restarted it or reset it, but fuck it. Good morning and happy Thursday. Had a very successful eBay Live yesterday, the Bargain Box Blitz. I didn't know how the Bargain Box Blitz would go. 5-second sudden death auctions. And surprisingly, it went really well. Moved a lot of stuff for more than just $1, even in 5 seconds. So I think the highest sale within the 5-second sudden death, I think one card went for $12. I can't remember which one it was, but I did make one sale for $12 in that 5-second window. I was very happy with the last auction, number 400. I had pulled a Walter Payton Donruss Classics, serial number to 500. And I pulled it out of, I think, a 50-cent box at the National. And I did put extended bidding, 5 seconds with extended bidding. And that sucker went for $27. So I was really happy with that result. So overall, I was very pleased. I more than doubled my expectations in sales. So that's always a good thing. So tonight, we're going to run it back on eBay Live. Tonight, it's a vintage night. We had so much fun last week with the 1975 baseball set break. We're going to run it back tonight, and we're going to do a 1976 Topps football set break. 1976 Topps football set break tonight, 7 p.m. Central. Link in the description. Even the Walter Payton rookie. Now, this one is a lower grade set. It's, I would say, low. Last week, the baseball set was mid to high grade. This set, I would say, is low to mid grade. So let me grab the stack. I got to bring it in anyway. Here, I'll just show off the Payton. So, I mean, there's mostly it's corner dings. I don't think there's any creasing in any of the cards, but like the George Blandisi, it's got a nasty corner. So this set's probably not gonna do much. But I mean, still, even a lower grade Payton, the edges, the bottom right corner is pretty bad. But I mean, hey, it's still a nice Payton. Still a Payton rookie card. So that's kind of, we're going to auction off the Bradshaw and the OJ. The Rocky Blyer does have a crease. Okay, so some of them might have crease. The Archie's in nice condition. Zonka, Jaworski, Too Tall Jones, Jack Ham, Stabler, Staubach, Rashad. So all the big name, the entire set. We're going to auction off the entire set. Put those in there. 100 singles, and then the last auction is going to be the partial set. So 400. I think it's a 528 card set. So we're going to auction off 100 singles in numerical order, like we did the baseball set last week, and then the last auction 101 tonight, will be the partial set of 428 cards. So that's tonight, 7 Central, 1976 Topps football set break. So yesterday I was, I didn't, I'm like, yeah, I got some shipping done. No, I didn't really, I burned both ends, because last night I ended up shipping and wanted to get a lot of shipping done last night. So I shipped last night, and yeah, so it's been a crazy busy week. I've got the Janesville card show Saturday. I'm not going to have as many boxes as I had anticipated. Thank you, Cameron, which is a good thing. I actually talked to my buddy Shane on the phone, or on a Zoom call last night, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just because he was asking, should I come to Janesville? I'm like, knowing what he's looking for, it's like, probably not. So I'm gonna have less, but I'm still blowing out 4 boxes for $25. So come see me, Janesville, this Saturday. Janesville Card Show, just off I-39 at the Holiday Inn. I'm hoping I'm hoping to bring, I think I've got 20 boxes now. I'd like to bring at least 25. I'd like to bring at least 25 boxes to the show. And I've got some work to do. I think there's 4 or 5 left at the storage unit. I've got a few in the garage, got a bunch downstairs, and basically I want to get through some of my inventory. I just don't know. I'll take Friday off from eBay Live, maybe. Maybe I'll try a Friday night live. I don't think I've done a Friday night before. We'll see. And then I'll definitely do a Sunday show. I might do a double dip on Sunday. Well, it just depends on how much shipping I can get done in the next couple of days. It's a juggling act. But I will be in Janesville. I will be buying. So I'm on the lookout for certain things, which varies. That's another unique thing about live selling is I'm always buying, but I'm not always buying the same thing. It depends on, sometimes I got to pivot, and I don't want to overbuy. Especially something as unique as Dan Marino. Like, yeah, right now some of my Dan Marino singles are selling for $10, $15. I'm selling 10 card lots for $27. But I don't want to go out and buy 1,000 Dan Marino cards, because what if one of those, if it's 2 guys going head to head, it's a small pool. If they're like, well, I've got those, or I don't need any Dan Marino, then what? Then I'm stuck with 1,000 Dan Marino cards that are going to be tough to sell. So, and that's kind of what I'm staying away from bulk just in general. Like, I'm trying to get rid of bulk. I don't want to add to it at this point. So if you're looking for bulk, come see me. So I'm looking to pick up certain things. Also on slabs, like I'm making a pivot away from certain slabs and certain price points. What I was buying in June in slabs, I made great money, but I'm not making the same money in August that I was in June on Shaquille O'Neal's a perfect example. Some of the Shaq slabs were going for $50, $60. Now they're going for 10, 15, 20. Caitlin Clark, those singles, guess what? Supply and demand. First Caitlin Clark, Donruss dollar box card I put on, $27. Now I put the same card up, $3. I was selling a bunch of Caitlins went for $1 yesterday in our bargain box blitz. It's okay because I've made $20 on one, 15, 10, usually 3 to 5. So I'm making my money back on that purchase, but I don't need any more Caitlin Clark. I'm pretty good on Jordans right now, but a week ago before the National, I had no Jordans. It's like, I need Jordans, but I don't want to overbuy. And I don't want to be stuck with a whole bunch of one thing. I think one of the keys to success in the way I do live streams is the variety, and people love and that's why a Caitlin Clark sold for $25 originally, because they hadn't seen a Caitlin Clark on my stream. All of a sudden it's like, geez, you have a lot of Pete Crow Armstrong rookies. You have a lot of Caitlin Clark cards. You have a lot of Michael Jordan cards. And all of a sudden it's like, well, there's a lot of supply and there's less and less demand. So I want to keep diversifying, and every once in a while throw out here's an 83 Topps Robin Yount. Probably not going to sell. Oh, it just sold for $9. So that's kind of the key, is just rotating through. And I've got plenty of that type of inventory to see, okay, well, who's in the room today and who's going to bid on what. So that was a good show yesterday on the Bargain Box Blitz. What else is going on? I really need to clean this. Although I do have, since I sold the slabs on Tuesday night, I've got a clear path at least. But my shipping room, I think I took out before I took the trash out yesterday. I filled up 4 trash bags and we're talking. I mean, it's not like kitchen trash. We're talking office trash, paper, little stickies, stuff. It's crazy how much trash we have in the card world, like in this hobby. And that's just from the supplies. Not even talking about the cards we throw away. Yeah, we throw them away. Take that. I threw a bunch of modern hockey cards I threw away. I needed a box. Emptied the box and I put the stack on the floor. I kicked the stack over and I was stepping on them. It's like, well, They're going in the trash now. Like these 88 Donruss, I'm sorry. I've got thousands of 88 Donruss. I don't need any more. Dump them in the trash. All right, what's going on? Todd's in the house. Happy Thursday. Good morning. Dale, what's going on? Good morning. Dan's in the house. What's happening? Victor is here. Good morning. Sunflower's here. What's up? How many no sales did you have? You'd be shocked. Maybe 5. And that's the great thing about the shell listings is, all right, you don't want John Stockton. Well, here's Caitlin Clark. And so it's not an auction because I still have to pay. So basically and I don't know if you know this or not, but with eBay Live, I still have to pay insertion fees over so I have a store, a premium store still, even though I have less than 100 auction items in my store. I still have the premium store, so I get 500 free auction listings a month. And that's what is used for eBay Live. eBay Live still uses your auction insertion listings. So you're selling on live, you've got to pay those insertion fees. So you don't want to have 100,000, whatever the amount is, unsold auctions because you don't get reimbursed that fee. But if an auction sells, you get that 15 cents back upon sale. So you pay now and you get refunded once the item sells on the auction. So, and that's how that works as well. So that's why I like shell listings. So if I do a 400 auction show and 10 or 20 now, I know that's like $1.50 to $2 in insertion fees. But here I am, and this is funny because here I am talking about I don't want to lose that $1.50 or $2 in auction listings. I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth. Yet I'm paying $60 a month for a premium store I don't use. Here I am worrying about the 15-cent insertion fee. Penny wise and dollar dumb. That's what they call that. But I'm not paying enough. I'm not paying that much attention to it. But no, I think I had only like 5 no sales that I just had to rerun the auction. It was like, and I think it was just maybe there was not a lot of people in the room because I ran there was like one particular auction, say it was auction 250, where I ran something, it didn't sell. I ran another thing and it didn't sell. It's like, okay. And I think it was baseball. It was very football centric yesterday. I had somebody in the chat, like, run some modern baseball. It's like, well, people don't want modern baseball. Like, it's not even something. The guy who asked wasn't even bidding on it. It's like, well, I don't think I'm going to run much baseball. And I ran some baseball and it just didn't perform well. People in the room didn't want baseball yesterday. And that could change in the next random stream I do, whether it's Friday or Sunday. It might be baseball centric. It's probably not going to be basketball centric. Basketball just doesn't move. But yeah, it was definitely football centric. I was able to get some. And what was nice is I'm glad it was football centric because I bought so much football out of bargain boxes at the National that I don't want to waste on 10-second extended bidding or 10-second, or in prime time where I can move some of my better stuff at higher prices where it's like, this might only sell for $2 or $3, where it might only sell for $2 or $3, maybe just $1 on a 5-second sudden death auction. Malik Neighbors, Xavier Worthy, stuff like that I was pulling out because those have been hot in the past, but not all the time. Again, it's like, but I don't want to bury myself and buy 1,000 Malik Neighbors rookies and hell, he could get injured and miss the entire season, and all of a sudden I'm sitting on junk. And then that also moves into, all right, I need to be out looking on a regular basis. So will I be going to card shows on a weekly basis? No. But I think the 2 shows I do a month, I think that's enough. I think that gives me enough time to buy what I need. Madison Card Show, which is coming up Saturday, August 30th, Alliant Energy Center. It is sold out. I've had a wave of people asking for tables this week. And it's like, sorry, you had your chance. Now there were limited tables available anyway. And they sold out pretty quickly, but you had your chance. Where are we at? Cooter's in the house. Good morning. Enjoying coffee on a hotel patio before dropping my card budget off at college. Well, congratulations and sympathies. Love the order you have brought to the basement floor. Yes, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. As long as my wife steers clear of the basement, we're all good. Red Light says, got some deals yesterday. Nice. Yeah, Red Light was in there getting some steals and deals. Cooter's here. We just said that. He's here again. Has PCA covered Tinkers, Evers, and Chance, front runner. The Cubs are slumping, man. Pete Crow Armstrong, no longer a favorite for, no longer in the talks for MVP, I don't think. I wonder what the odds are now for Ohtani's like, I think I saw like Ohtani, like the odds of winning the MVP, Ohtani's like 99%. I think Schwarber's the other 2%. Odds of winning National League MVP. I've like tuned out since the Brewers win every fucking game and the Cubs lose every fucking game. I just stopped paying attention to baseball. All right. Let's see. Fox Sports 4 hours ago. National League. Shohei Ohtani minus 20,000. Yeah, that's I didn't know it went that high. I didn't know a favorite could be that favorited. So Ohtani, Schwarber is the second odds on favorite at plus 1,800. Manny Machado third, plus 8,000. Pete Crow Armstrong still in the top 5 at plus 10,000. And then Paul Skeens and my guy, Kyle Tucker. Paul Skeens and Kyle Tucker at tied for 5th at plus 15,000 for National League most valuable player. Seiya Suzuki, 10th. This is from Fox Sports. American League, Aaron Judge, minus 190. Shohei Ohtani in the National League, minus 20,000. Aaron Judge in the American League, minus 190. Cal Raleigh is plus 155, and then it's basically a 2-horse race in the American League, and it's Shohei Ohtani in the National League. And then Tarek Skubal, Jose Ramirez, Bobby Witt round out the top 5 favorites in the American League MVP race. Gem City, what's going on? Good morning. Jason is here. What's happening? Central Dakota Card Show next weekend in Bismarck. Very nice. You probably don't get many card shows in Central North Dakota. Awesome. Dan says, did that Pokemon YouTuber I told you about book a table for the August show? I'm not sure. Do you know what was his name? I do not know. Gem City says, cornering the market on Merinos, right? Give me your Merinos. I mean, if I can find them at a dime box, I'll load up on 1,000. Well, maybe not 1,000, but I'll load up. Unicorn says, I might have to make a montage of Bo's floor evolving over time. Yeah, it's the basement. The office floor in here is starting to turn into the dungeon in the old house. And the Bowman U-wall behind me. Connor Bedard crushed by Bo. I know who that is. That's a hockey player. Unicorn says throwing those types of cards is only helping the hobby, in my opinion. Eventually, they might be worth something someday if everyone keeps destroying them. Yeah, I'm doing my part, helping the hobby. Donald, what's going on? Good morning. Donnie got some good deals yesterday. Sunflower says, I actually watched a few minutes of the replay just to see the dynamic. It was fun. It was a little tight. I mean, 4 hours. And I mean, like I'm talking constantly. I did take a break. I took like a 5-minute halftime break after auction 200, which came like right at noon. It's like, hey, this is a good time. And I just stood up and just stood and did a little stretching in the rec room. But yeah, I will definitely do the bargain box blitz again. And it's a great way to move out. I mean, I moved 400 cards in a day, 400 cards in 4 hours, and was able to, some stuff, I might have paid $2 or $3 for went for $1. But some stuff I paid 50 cents for went for $27 or $12. So, in the end, I made more money than I anticipated. It's like, okay, I probably put this much in. I want to get to this much, and I made this much. So in the end, it was definitely worth my while. It was worth the time. And I've got plenty of that type of inventory to keep doing more of those. So maybe I'll do a bargain box splits on a weekly basis. It's a great time to do it during the day. Start at 10 a.m., maybe even start at 9 a.m., get done early. So something that, but then I have to wake up and do Hobby Evolution early. So, and make sure to coordinate with doggy daycare drops. Speaking of doggy daycare drops, so we went to we had a meeting with our financial advisors yesterday, and it was a much different meeting than the last one 6-8 months ago. But they had a dog friendly office, and one of the dogs that they had in their office was like the most adorable dog I'd ever seen. And I'd never seen something like this dog. And it's like, he kind of reminds me of Ernie. It was a she dog. She kind of reminds me of Ernie. And it was half Havanese, half Australian sheepdog. So it kind of looked like a Havanese. He was a little bigger than Ernie, but not by much. Maybe Ernie's 10 pounds and going on 15, going on 12, whatever. He's getting a little chonker. But she was probably 15 to 20 pounds, maybe. But like the most adorable, super friendly, outgoing, awesome dog. It's like, let's not talk about finances. Let's just play with your dogs. This is fun. Australian sheepdog and Havanese. Awesome. I wonder if there's if I could find half Havanese, half Australian shepherd. Let's look. Oh my God, they're the cutest. None of them look okay. So this is probably the closest. He was like all black with white, but this is probably the closest. Like this looks like him. Her. This looks like her. The big picture on the right. That's what Isla was her name. So looked like the big picture on the right, but all black with white spot. Actually, it looks like the dog right below it to the far right. Where's my screen at? Actually, it looks like this dog. That's what she looked like. I love dogs. Dogs are the freaking best, man. So that's what Isla looked like. So that was the highlight of the financial advising meeting. Where are we at? Unicorn says, are you thinking of buying anything for your Cubs PC? If so, what is on the wish list? No, not really. I've kind of taken a break from Cubs collect. I mean, I shouldn't say that because I still buy stuff out of bargain boxes. I've basically abandoned my Cubs PC. I'm ignoring it. My focus has changed, and I don't have the time to be a collector right now, which is okay. I'm okay with it. I'm having fun. I love what I do. But no, I add, I picked up a bunch of stuff. I picked up this is just a stack of autographs. Now, some of these, I think, a few of these I will put on eBay Live because they're not Cubs. But I mean, I was even picking up and I was getting these were my favorite pickups. Brian McNichol, Daytona Cubs autograph. Todd Walker. Now this is when he was with the Twins, but he played for the Cubs, so it's like another Todd Walker. These are cool. It's non-Cubs, but Nate Shearholtz. There were a few Nate Shearholtz, Steve Carter with the Iowa Cubs, Scott Bullitt, Rosie Brown. I don't think I had one of those. I did not have this Andy Cisco. Matt Merton with the Red Sox, Lowell Spinners, which he was with the Cubs. Always love getting Peoria Chiefs autos, Jordan Latham. I mean, coaches, you don't see too many coach autographs in the minor leagues, so I was happy picking up Julio Zuleta. There's a Luis Salazar with when he was managing the Chattanooga Lookouts. So just random stuff. Brian Dayette, who played for the Cubs, but this is an Arby's Nashville Sounds card. So like I think I already have one of these, but I actually worked with Mike. He was the head baseball coach at Western. His last year coaching was my first year, and I think he was only there 2 or 3 years. But he does have rookie cards. I think he has a Bowman, and he also has a Topps 4-way. So this is a card that I'll probably put on eBay. Luke Jackson, first Bowman Chrome, in-person auto. I think he's on my fantasy team, so he's either a setup man or a closer. Clay Bellinger, I'll put this up. Cody's dad. Jung Bong, because of the name. Now these were my favorites. I think there were like 5 of them. I'm not even familiar with this guy, Gabe Duras, and it's like, oh wow, Orlando Cubs. And then there was another one. So my first Gabe Duras autographs. So, I mean, maybe at some point, I'm going to go through and see how many Cubs autographs I have. This one, I initially saw it. I'm like, oh, I can sell this, but it's personalized. Ben Zobrist, he's with the Tampa Bay Rays. I'll just keep that. Scott Air, Ben Van Ryn. I don't know if that's a Cubs, but he played for the Cubs. Carlos Silva, which I don't think I had a Carlos Silva autograph, not with the Cubs, and then a bunch of Marty Peavy. So I guess there was 3 autos that I'll put on eBay, and they'll probably sell for a couple bucks, but that's okay. Red Light says, WTF, don't throw them in the trash. I have to throw cards away to help control the card population. I'm going to be the Bob Barker of have your pets spayed or neuters. Please throw away your 88 Donruss to help control the junk wax population. Peter says, hey all, what's going on? Donald says, nice deals on the Blitz sale yesterday. Yeah, I think all around, buyers and seller were happy with what we did yesterday. Red Light says, always run vintage. There you go. Vintage was selling for like $1. You were getting some great deals. Early on, some of the vintage was going for $2-3. But by the end, man, it was just dollar. It's like, wow. Max wants to know which one to Dan. Jason says, Bismarck does get its fair share of shows. That's where everyone from the famous Singles Club is from. Oh, very cool. I think I did know that. I knew they were from North Dakota. Very cool. Very cool. Unicorn says, Sunflower beat me out on a couple cards the other day. Gem City says, when is Big Earn's parent-teacher conference? I don't know. Unicorn says, ask ChatGPT. Max says, a dog-friendly office sounds god-awful only in Madison. It should be everywhere. Obviously, you've never been to Florida. It's dog-friendly everywhere. It's the best thing ever. You go into a restaurant and there's dogs. It's awesome. I love it. Red Light says, shit started at 5 a.m. I'm at work then. From the crane? Cat-friendly sounds worse. Yeah, I don't know. Cats, I don't mind cats. I don't trust them. Unicorn Cupcake says, one of ones probably. Max says, nah, give me cats. They aren't needy and noisy. Todd says, Gabe Duras and Andy Hartung, 2 U of Maine players. I also collect Small World. Really? Yeah, so I found there was an Andy Hartung. Gabe Duras. I'd never heard of Gabe Duras. That was the most excited that I was out of the stack of 50 that I bought was Gabe Duras because I'd never heard of him, and he played for the Cubs in the Cubs system. I think there was an Andy Hart. There's always in this box. Yeah, there's always Andy Hartung autos. There's always Andy Hartung autos. All right, where are we at? Unicorn says, very unloyal those cats are. They are. They'll turn on you on the flip of a switch. Cats. All right, that's what I had for today. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget tonight, 1976 Topps football set break. 101 auctions tonight, 100 singles, including the Walter Payton rookie card. Tonight, starting at 7 Central. Link in the description. Go to my eBay Live. Check it out. Tonight, 7 o'clock Central. We're starting everything at $1. Even the Walter Payton rookie. It starts at $1. Walter Payton, 1976 Topps rookie card. We'll do 10-second extended bidding on tonight's auction. So catch it tonight, 7 Central on eBay Live. Still up in the air on a Friday show. I'm probably going to pass on Friday just to get caught up because I don't want to get too underwater. Saturday, I'll be in Janesville Card Show. I'm blowing out bargain boxes, $25 for an entire 4-row. There will be some that are sport specific. Most of them probably going to be a mix of mainly baseball, football, basketball, maybe a pocket of hockey and wrestling and some other stuff. But for the most part, baseball, football, basketball. And I'm hoping to get 25 4-row boxes down there, but we'll see how much time I have. I think I probably have about 15 ready right now. So I just need to find 10 more boxes in the next 48 hours. So that'll be difficult. Max says FCC strong this morning. FCC strong. I don't know what that references to. All right. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Visit me tonight on eBay Live, 7 Central for the 1976 Topps football set break. And we'll do this again. Oh, tomorrow's Friday. We'll do the name that player on the free-for-all tomorrow. See you then.